Hello, everybody. My name is Benny, and welcome to the Fool's Apprentice. Today, we are doing our one card tarot study, and we're going to be doing the death card with Donna today. Hey, Donna, how are you doing?
Hi, how are you? I'm
I'm doing
good.
pretty good. Thank you very much. Now, we are doing the death card, but before we do, please let the viewers know a little bit about you.
I'm Donna Lamore. I do have a YouTube channel here. It's called North Star Tarot, but I did start another lifestyle channel as well, and that is called Sassy Seniors because I am going to be a senior as of Saturday. I'll be
Oh,
65 on
wow.
Saturday. Yeah,
Oh,
pretty
happy
excited.
early birthday.
Yeah, thank you. So um I've been reading tarot for about 50 years, off and on. I did take breaks when, things were happening with life
Mhm.
and with the kids, and I was a single mom with four kids, and but it's always been there, it's always helped. And if I wasn't able to be practicing it professionally, it certainly helped me emotionally.
Okay.
Anyway, I love tarot and I love everything about it. And I think today we are talking about the death card, correct, Benny?
That is correct. And where are you located?
Oh yes, I am located in Barrie, Ontario, Canada. So we
Okay.
are about 45 minutes north of Toronto.
Okay. I've had several Canadians on, and they always seem to give us like a mileage or time frame from a major city because I think most people don't know where these small towns are in Canada.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And Toronto is a pretty big place. It's very well known around the world.
Mhm.
And I'm pretty close to that. So, yeah.
Okay. So
Canada is
which,
huge. So
oh yeah, it's as wide as the United States.
it is. Yeah.
Now, we're doing the death card. I have the Neo Rider. Which one do you have?
I have the one, it's almost the same, just different colors, right?
Yes, yes. Yeah, that's the reason I like this because I like the coloring on this one.
Yeah. This one has more of the blues,
Now, you were
but
telling me
yeah,
before
it
we,
has the same concept. Pardon?
yes, you were telling me before we started that you really liked this particular card because it was really
Yeah.
easy. Can you talk about that?
Sure. This card I really think is very it's just so vivid. When you look at it, you can actually get something out of it. Whether you know anything about tarot or not, you can get stuff out of it. You can see the white flower at the top. And when we
Hmm.
talk about white, or anybody that talks about white flowers, white roses, whatever, it's always new beginnings. It's always about beginnings. It's always about innocence. So you know somehow or other, with all this havoc here, that we're going to come up to this innocence part. So that is something that you can predetermine without any tarot knowledge. You can also see that people are respecting this person. You know, you
Hmm.
have a child, giving them flowers. You have someone else that won't even look at them in their eyes, and you have someone else that is giving them offerings. And it's just how stately they are. And you know that they are someone that they need to listen to.
Okay.
And that's without knowing anything else.
Yeah. And so what does the death card mean for you when you look at it or you pull it?
Well, for me myself, I feel for the most part, the death card is transformation.
Okay. Yeah,
It's a
I hear
real,
that quite a
it's
bit.
a difficult transformation. It's not an easy transformation, though.
I'm so
It's
glad you
not
said that because
something,
I'm glad you
pardon?
said that because I feel the exact same way. It is about a very challenging transformation, a transformation that you may be fighting or may not want to happen. but it's going to happen regardless if you want it to or not. So I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, and it will happen, and it may happen at a lower level, or it may happen at a bigger level, but it's
Hmm.
definitely going to happen. And what
Yes.
you need to do when you get this card is prepare yourself. This is a card of preparedness. So you need to really find a way to prepare yourself for anything that pops up. Do you have all your ducks in a row right now? Do you have somebody at hand that you can reach out to if you need to? Is there anything physical that you've been putting off that you haven't gotten checked lately? All those kinds of things. When this comes up, you better start looking at that kind of stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I see s- some things similar and maybe a little different, some nuance. But I do see, like we were talking about, it is change. Generally, it's change that's extremely uncomfortable. It might be very scary, it might create a lot of anxiety, because you don't know what's going to happen once this occurs. It can be about transformation. Generally, for me, the transformation is happening in the moment. Like right then and there, a transformation occurs. It's not a slow processing kind of transformation. Now, when we see the people, now a lot,
Yes,
generally people see this, people who don't know the tarot, death comes up like a physical death. Generally, that's very rare for that to ever occur. But the idea that death, there is only one guarantee in life. Birth is not even a guarantee, but there is a guarantee that you will die. Everybody will die.
yeah.
And so
Mhm.
it's not that you can't run away from it. So whatever it is that's going to change, it's going to be forced upon you. There's nothing you can do to intervene to make it not happen. So that's what I think the death kind of represents, is something that's going to occur that you don't have a choice on. And if when I look at the people, I look at the gentleman in the robe, somebody who's very prosperous, was very wealthy. I look at just the just a regular person. I see a dead person, and then I see a child. For me, is
Yeah.
it doesn't matter who you are, death is going to come your way. It doesn't care about class, religion, sexual orientation, age, nothing. That
Very,
death,
very
when it
true.
comes to it,
Absolutely.
yeah, it comes for everybody. No one will escape death in whatever form it
That's
shows
right.
up in the reading and for you.
Yeah. And
Um,
and I also find it funny that some people are afraid to say that it can mean actual death, because it
yes.
can. In my
Yeah.
opinion, it can. Not
Well,
everybody believes that, but in my opinion, it can.
I think it can. I don't, I think, like I said earlier, I think it's very rare for that to happen. I think a lot of people won't read it that way. I don't know. I don't think I would read it that way either. Um, Only because for me, I just ethically, I don't think I could make that determination, because it just, that should be done for, like, maybe this card would say, maybe you're at risk or something, maybe you should go talk to a doctor, go take care of yourself. But I wouldn't bring up death, because I don't think that would be a place. Like mental health, things that don't deal with the law, and medical, I won't read that.
Well, ethically for myself, so
Hmm.
ethically, I do not talk about death.
Yeah.
I don't think it's our place to tell somebody, yeah, you're gonna die, this year, this is your last year.
Oh my God, could you
Um,
imagine?
I actually was doing a show, and
Hmm.
I used to do a lot of circuits, so I used to go all the way all around Ontario. And my daughter came with me. She would mind the table and stuff. And I was reading for someone. I could see off to the side that she was talking to a lady who was crying. And so after I got done with that person and this lady had gone away, my daughter said to me, Mom, she's going to be right back. And she says, you have to read for her. And I said, okay. I said, what's going on? And she said she had a psychic that told her that she was going to die that day.
Oh,
So she had been dreading that for a year, and it got the best of her. She had to come and see somebody. To me, that is tragic.
it is because what happens is that you cause a lot of mental anguish uh to someone. You can create a lot of spiritual upheaval with somebody if you do something like that. So those are reasons why I would never read this as like mortality, like you're gonna die. Um, you know, there may be some, if we're looking at health, which I don't do, but if let's say I did, it would be like if death was coming, is like you're going to reach a new phase in your fitness or your physical well-being,
Yeah.
maybe because there's an ending occurring, there may be a rebirth that will come up. uh I don't know, but I purposely stay away from that topic, uh
Yeah,
just for the reason
find your
outlined in
boundary and just stick with it. You know what I mean? And I think for me, I do waver a bit with this with people I know.
Oh,
Um,
do you?
I do. Like if somebody is somebody that I know very, very well, um, I'll give you an example. This one person, her mom was in a home and she was just waiting to die. And so she asked me, would I tell her? And I said, I'm not comfortable with this. And she said, I know, but she said, I'm not going to be upset when she's gone. It'll be a good thing when she's gone. So what do you think? And I said, okay, I'll have a look and see what the cards say. So I did have a look and I did tell her, I said, I don't think your mom's going to be with us in more than 6 months. And that was the feeling I got. That's what the cards that I got. And and she wasn't. She was gone by then. And
Okay.
but there was no resentments held because first of all, she was a really good friend of mine. Second of all, it was pretty determined. You know what I mean?
I do.
So I have done that, but very rarely.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has to live and stand by the decisions they make when they read the tarot. And so, we do the best that we can under the circumstances we find ourselves in. Yeah. So do you read the death card as a reversal? Do you read reversals?
Yes,
Okay.
I
So
do
what is
read
the meaning
reversals.
so what do reversals mean for you?
For this
This
card in
card.
particular.
Hmm,
Okay,
hmm.
so for the death card, I feel like there is something coming. Okay, there is someone that is coming to either give you a hard time. There's someone coming to wreak some havoc, or there's a situation that you're going to have to be strong and be able to deal with that you are not expecting. That is just going to kind of wipe you off your feet, and you got to stand up on your own. It's like a warning, and
Yeah.
it's like you don't get that many of them in tarot, but this one, it's like maybe your boyfriend's going to all of a sudden leave you,
Okay.
or maybe you're going to lose your job, kind of like a tower card.
Okay.
So very similar to a tower card, but on the more emotional side. And I generally think that somebody else uh, enacts this.
Okay.
You don't enact it. Okay.
Yeah. For me, this card is more about um resisting the change, and because of it you end up suffering.
Yes.
It's this concept that I have of, and I use this concept quite a bit with clients that I work with. The idea of pain and suffering.
Yes.
Pain is accepting the situation as it occurs. It's not pleasant. You're not going to like it. It will be painful in some way. It could be physical, emotional, spiritual, psychological. But if you could just be present with the pain, you'll experience pain and you move forward. When you resist it, where you're willing to look at it, to accept it, to work with it, all of a sudden you suffer.
Yeah,
And so suffering
absolutely.
occurs.
Absolutely. For sure
So
you do, right?
that's how I see the
Now, do you
reversal.
feel this is your own doing, right? So you feel it's your own doing that is causing that it's in your mind?
Yes, well, all right. So, yes, you can make a conscious decision not to look at it, not to, but there's also situations where people are in denial. Denial is a very powerful force
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
you could end up suffering because of it until something happens and that veil falls through and you can see the decisions that you have to make. And sometimes there are people who just are angry. So the death of a loved one, there are people who stay angry for years, and that is the reversal. There is
Yes, and
somebody
I
who,
also think of the reversal as mental health issue.
okay, okay,
Yeah, I also think of this as a mental health issue. So it's no fault of your own, and you're not bringing this on yourself, but you need to do something to get a hold of this, before
I
it
do.
escapes you.
What is your favorite right now death card?
Okay, my favorite death card. This one, Secrets of the Witch's Garden.
Okay.
That is by Sasha Graham and art by Natasha Incinci. Not sure how to say that, but this is it here.
Oh, okay.
It is
Wow, that's a
very
pretty card.
unique.
Yeah, it's a pretty
It's
card.
not like the death card, it doesn't even look scary. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there are people
Walking
who like
along with children. Pardon, I can't hear you.
I said that, yeah, for some people, let's say physical death, some people welcome it, some people are okay with it. Some people are very accepting. This picture feels that there's an acceptance in it.
Yeah, it very much so, right? And it
Hmm.
feels like just everybody is just there and they're just kind of paying attention to what's going on and they're there to be a guide, they're there to help you, they're there to take you through whatever it is you need to get through to get to the other side, right? Whatever
Yeah,
that is.
I can see that.
Yeah, it just feels very um it doesn't feel scary. It feels genuine, you know?
Okay, yeah.
So yeah,
So
I
mine,
really like it.
the one that I chose is the Curious Travelers.
Yes.
I think it's mass market now, or it's going to go mass market. I got the indie version. I
Oh,
really
I
like
like it.
this card. I think it's just beautiful. Has the
It
only
is
thing that's
beautiful.
missing is the horse, but you get the sense of purity with the white here. This doorway, I feel that's what it is.
Yeah.
You have the people, you have the flower. It's not white, but you have the rose there with the 5 points. And then, of course, you have death. This card feels a little bit more daunting than the regular Rider-Waite Smith,
Right.
but I think that's because sometimes, change can be very, very scary. Uh, you
Oh, for
know,
some people, it's devastating.
Yeah, and if you look at relationships that aren't necessarily healthy, sometimes a lot of people will stay in a relationship because if it's what they know, they can work with it. And if it ends and they decide to leave, like, will somebody love me? Like, will I ever meet somebody? What am I going to do? Can I make it on my own? Will I be able to be financially stable? All of a sudden, all these anxieties come up. So I think this card kind of lends itself to that kind of that aspect that really brings up
Absolutely. And I love the
acceptance.
beautiful rose, eh? The rose is beautiful in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just gorgeous. Yeah, I really like that.
Well, Donna,
If
thank you so
someone
much for
asked you,
taking
when are you
time.
going to die? Would you answer them?
No, I wouldn't take the question. No, it
And
would
I
lead to
mean,
some
I have
stagnation.
people that have asked me that.
No,
You
I
know, I've
would
been
I don't.
doing it for so long, especially ones that don't believe me, right? Who are
Right.
non-believers, and I'm doing a party somewhere. And they come over to me and they say, I just wanted to just ask you, um, when am I going to die? If you can tell me when I'm going to die, then I'll believe you. And I says,
Mm,
I'm not going to tell you when you're going to die, so you can go
yeah.
away.
Well, Donna, thank you so much for coming on. This was a wonderful discussion. I really enjoyed it.
Good. I'm glad you did.
I did. I did. Well, until next time, everybody, my name is Benny. Thank you for joining us, and I will see you later. Have a great day. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.